If Oma, you know I love you. I would never cheat on you. You're the most important person in my entire life. And that girl at the club was a nobody. I swear I only have eyes for you. But baby, you know I love you. Hello and good evening. My name is Dayo Olumide I will see a special Halloween video. I am showing you how you can transform into a Yoruba Demon. Who a Yoruba Demon is the guy that will get married to you and then call his girlfriend and tell that one she loves you. He lies to you, fucks your best friend, does all that wonderful, terrible stuff. I feel like the Yoruba Demon stereotype actually applies to all men because all men are scum. Horns are sliding down because of the heat in this room, so but if you're interested in seeing how you can transform into a Yoruba demon for Halloween, stay tuned, watch the whole video, and please do not forget to subscribe and leave me a comment.
To start off this Yoruba Demon look, we're going to start first with the scabs slash burn. I don't know what to really call it. I just wanted some texture, something interesting happening on this side of my face. So we're going to take Graftobian modeling wax, and it's really good for creating burns, prosthetics, anything that, if you need to put anything on your face, it's really good for that. Then take a little bit of that, put it on my hands, and put it on my face. It's really sticky. So it's going to stick to your face right immediately like that. I'm going to use some oil to smoothen out the edges. Then I'm going to create 2 bumps, so I'm just going to do that same process again. Right there. And I'm going to just connect them so that it looks like one big scab. That's enough. Now to add some texture to this, so it's just not like a smooth bump, I'm going to open this cotton pad like this. I'm going to tap it on top of it. And as you can see, we have a nice, weird, bumpy texture there. It's time to color, and I'm going to be using the Ben 9 Burns and Bruises wheel. And it has 4 different colors. One that's a bit darker, one that's more pinkish, one that's red, and one that is blue, black, purple-ish. So I'm going to take this piece of foam that I cut some holes into, and I'm going to dip it into the dark red, and then I'm going to dip it into the lighter red. And I'm just going to start, tapping it on the wound or the scab that we have going on here. I want to use a little bit of brown to, it's really red right now, so once I use a bit of brown, like just a random brown powder, it's going to bring it down and make it look a little more realistic. I'll be using this brown, I'm not going to say the brown because I'm very sure the brown really wants to be associated with the Halloween video, but it's just a random contour kit, and I'm going to be using this brush. I'm going to dip it into these 2 and add some brown to that. To add a little interesting color, I'm going to go in with this blue, black, purple and just put it on the edges. Just the edges. So I'm just going to go between the blue, black and my brush, apply it, blend it, apply it, blend it. So when you're happy with what you have, you're done, basically. So right now I'm in the process of preparing the gelatin, which I will use to create the bloody, messy, like melting skin slash burn on the side of my face. Gelatin is like a fun thing to use to make melting skin, burns, anything that your skin has to look like it's like falling off. Gelatin is amazing. So you have to like heat it up. It comes in like solid cubes. So you have to heat it up. Not heat it up. You have to put it in a plastic bowl like this. This is not an ad for Chicken Republic, by the way. This is the only bowl that could carry it. You put it inside a plastic like this, and then you put the plastic inside hot boiling water. And then once it all melts, you whisk it so that you incorporate some air and it becomes nice and fluffy like this, like I'm doing now. And it's clear. Gelatin is actually clear, but when you whisk it and you incorporate air into it, it becomes whitish, brownish, ivory-ish. I'm just whisking it, and I'm waiting for it to get like a bit harder, so that when it goes on my face, it doesn't like slide off. It just kind of stays in the places I want. So right now, this is the texture. It's like something, I don't know, but gonna whisk it for a little bit more. It's properly hard enough. So I'm gonna put it on this side of my face. This is where that burn is gonna go. There we go. Oh, it's really close to my eye. That was not the intention. Picture of a burn and kind of just like wing it, or kind of like, you know, just follow what you see online. So I'm just gonna put a lot of the gelatin on the side of my face and just, you know, as you can see, it's like looking like it's dripping, which is why gelatin is really good for like melting skin kind of effect. All the gelatin I need. So I am going to wait for this gelatin to kind of dry a little bit, just like give it like 5 minutes to dry on my face, and then I'm gonna dress it up and we're gonna create a burn, like a really gruesome kind of burn. The gelatin is kind of almost dry, but to dry it up properly, we're gonna go back to this trusty contour kit, and we're gonna take some of these shades and just tap it so you can turn it to my skin texture. If you're fair, use your fair powder. If you're dark, use your dark powder to make sure it's the color of your skin. A little bit darker because it is a burn, so it should be darker than your skin, which is why I'm using a contour palette. Now that that's done, we are going to color the whole thing. We're gonna add some nice blood and some texture. So I'm gonna take my burn wheel, this wheel right here, and I'm gonna take this pointed brush, which has now belongs to the SFX gods. Then, as I said, this wheel has 3 blood colors and has a darker color right here. So I'm going to use this pinkish color to represent my skin, like the bottom, like, you know, when your skin peels, that pinkish whitish color that you have is what it can be. So it's just going to go down here. Then we're going to color the deepest part of the burn. We're going to use this red here. It's a bit darker and it looks a little bit more like blood. So that's going to go into the holes right there. You don't have to buy a burn wheel. I just wanted to buy because I wanted it to be as authentic as possible. You can use cream shadows. So if you have cream eyeshadows in different blood colors like dark red, light red, that kind of thing, that is what you can use to create this burn, sorry. Now that I'm done with the burn wheel, I'm just going to take this sponge and kind of blend everything. Now it's time to add some blood. We're going to add Graftobian blood gel, which tastes really, it has an interesting taste. I like tasting it, and it's edible, so I'm just going to put that in some spots right there. Take the sponge and blend it out. There you go. You now have a festering burn. Now it's time for me to put the horns on my face. So I made the horns out of polymer clay, and there is a video live already on how I created the horns. So if you want to know how I made these horns, the link is in the description bar below. These are the horns I created, so I'm going to put them or stick them to my head using spirit gum. And spirit gum only works if your skin is dry. So your skin needs to be like really dry, no oil. If there's oil on your skin, it's not gonna work at all. So as you can see, I'm trying to like remove all the excess oil I have on my forehead because I get shiny and I get very oily very, very easily. Put the spirit gum where I want the horns to be, which is gonna be here. I was contemplating putting it here, but like I have hair and that's gonna become complicated, so I'm just gonna put a nice layer there. While I'm waiting for the spirit gum to dry on my head, I am going to apply the spirit gum to the base of my horn. Apply it to the base and then tap it until it becomes tacky. Once this is tacky, I'll start to tap this. So as you can see, it's really tacky. So I'm going to apply it to my head. So I'm going to hold it there for a couple of minutes, or like 1-2 minutes, 5 minutes at the most. If it's not stuck there by minute 5, then start all over again. But between 1 to 3 minutes is okay. So that this horn stays in place, I'm going to use modeling wax to shape it so that it looks like it's coming out of my skin. So I'm going to take some modeling wax and put it around the horn. This helps to keep it in place, and it also helps to make it look like the horn came out of my skin. I use a little bit of oil to shape the modeling wax so that it's not as rough as it looks now. The horns are here. So I'm going to color the base of the horns brown, a bit darker brown, so I'm going to just use this one. I can feel this one moving. I'm going to use a bit of red to color the base so that it shows like irritation. And that is it for the horns. So I got my contacts in and they're in the style Devil. So right now what I'm going to do is just color my lips a little bit red and then put some black in it. And it's not going to be like red, just like a little bit.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, leave a comment, and subscribe. That's it from me today. I am off to wedding to go break some hearts.